Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I will be talking about the fact that I'm gonna butcher this name right now, but Joaquin Phoenix has been asked to be a villain for the upcoming Batman vs Superman movie. I think that's how you say his name, Joaquin Phoenix. Um, it's spelled Joaquin, and then Phoenix is his last name. So yeah. It's currently unknown who he will be playing, but most assume it's Lex Luthor, since the majority, no, since all but one Superman movie has, well, actually, all but two Superman movies have featured Lex Luthor as the main villain. The only two who haven't featured Lex Luthor as the main villain are Man of Steel, the one that came out this year, and Superman 3, which is from 78, I believe. Um, so yeah, I really haven't watched the one from '78 or any of the old Superman movies. I think the only other Superman movie I saw besides Man of Steel was the one that came out like in 2005, and really I was like 7 years old. So whatever. Um, Superman Returns, I believe it's what it's called. That was with the guy who plays Cyclops in X Men, I believe. Whatever. So yeah, Jaquan, Phoenix, has been rumored to possibly play Lex Luthor. Now, in Man of Steel, there were multiple upon multiple Easter eggs for Lex Luthor. I mean, many people caught it. There's like 5 Lex Luthor emblems and a bunch of stuff like that. They say one of the most notable ones was when like a meteor, not meteor, but like when the buildings are coming up and down, because of that machine. I forget what it's called. That you could see one of the buildings in the background has the Lex Luthor logo, and another pretty notable one, which I sort of noticed, but not immediately. I was kind of like wondering what it was, but then I saw a photo of it, and like, yeah, I was right. Was when Superman Clark Kent, was going back home on that truck or bus. There's the Lex Luthor logo on it. So yeah. So even besides that, there are many other Luthor um Easter eggs that I really didn't notice till I got on the internet a couple weeks later and whatever. Now Bryan Cranston and Mark Strong have also been looked at or eyed for the for this villain, which is likely Lex Luthor. Yet that rumor has happened. That was months ago, like in October, September, and yeah. What's kind of funny though is that, well, besides that, both Bryan Cranston and Mark Strong are both bald. I don't know about this Jaquin Phoenix though. I think I'm pretty sure he's bald too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know about Lex Luthor though. Is Lex Luthor bald? I'm not completely sure. I'm gonna search it up right now. Luthor. Um, but I'm pretty sure he's not bald. Well, yeah, is that here? I can't really tell if he is bald. Um, yeah, he's bald. That's just a shadow. Yeah, he's bald. Um, what was I getting at? Yeah, okay. So this Jake, when they're all okay. Besides the fact that they're all bald, but it's funny because Bryan Cranston and Mark Strong have both worked for AMC. For those who don't know who Bryan Cranston is, he's basically Walter White on Breaking Bad. For those who don't know who Mark Strong is, he was one of the officers for Low Winter Sun, which was small miniseries that happened for AMC that got canceled and whatever. Breaking Bad recently ended for in season 6, I believe. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really watch Breaking Bad, so sorry for all you Breaking Bad fans. I don't watch it. Sorry, never really liked it. Never actually got the concept of it, but whatever. And they both worked for AMC. Which is kind of funny. I don't know if Jaquan Phoenix has worked for AMC, though I don't think so because his name doesn't sound familiar. and I know many people in the AMC world, but actors and writers and whatever. But whatever. I mean, it is possible they could bring back Lex Luthor, but really, this is the one problem I see with Lex Luthor is it's been done before. It's repetitive. It's basically again like the Magneto thing. You've already had him for maybe you've had Magneto for maybe 4 or 5 times as a villain. It gets tiring after a while. I think with the same thing with the Lex Luthor. I think for some of the older viewers, like the ones that are on to their 40s or 50s or whatever, that watch the ones from the 80s and 70s, I think they will get tired after a while to watch Lex Luthor be in these movies. Honestly, I wouldn't like. For this generation, yeah, you could bring back Lex Luthor, but I think it has to be in a very good way. It has to be well done. Um, but honestly, I watched parts of. It's 8 o'clock. Sorry, that's my computer. I did watch parts of the movies from the 70s and 80s, from the original Superman trilogy or quadrilogy, depending how you want to look at it, because there was the 2005 film, I believe. Was it 2005? I'm not sure. Whatever. And that was with, like, Christopher Reeves, I believe, or Chris Reeves. I think that's how you say his name, or was his name. Yeah, whatever. What was that? Batman. Pretty sure Christopher Reeves was for Superman. Whatever. It gets repetitive after a while. I think they should do it better than they did it from the ones from the 70s and 80s. Movies, because the one they did for the 70s and 80s movies, those Lex Luthors, that guy, I don't know his name, but he seems kind of goofy. I get it's kind of a goofy movie, but it's not that it's not well done, but it's a bit goofy. Some parts are overacted, some parts are underacted, and whatever. And so odds are if they do hire this Joaquin Phoenix dude, he would most likely play Lex Luthor, because I really can't think of any other significant villain that they could bring here to, up the Superman. They've already brought Zorg, and they could eventually bring back They could bring Doomsday, but besides that, I really don't see many. I can't really think of many villains. Well, then again, I'm not much of a Superman reader. I do read Superman every now and then, but I'm not really familiar with most of the Superman villains. More familiar with the Batman villains. Whatever. But honestly, odds are we're gonna see Lex Luthor again. Hopefully they do him well. Not be goofy like the ones from the 70s, and I believe that this won't be goofy, considering that the ones from the DC movies from this generation are more well done. And they have more density to them, more you know they're better than they were 50 years ago, however years ago, 40, 30 years ago, and whatever. So yeah, the only other problem I see is that it's Batman versus Superman. So wouldn't Batman be trying to beat up Superman? Well, they have Ben Affleck as Batman, so it should be Superman should have an easy win. So I really don't blame them for wanting another villain. They're gonna meet up. Batman's gonna get one flick to the face. He's gonna be like, ow, 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 dies, and then Lex Luthor, get your ass here. Let's have a real battle type of thing. Which is most likely what's gonna happen. Batfleck is gonna be terrible. I will be doing a video on that, on Batfleck. Fucking Batfleck. Ben Affleck is a good actor, but honestly, have you seen Daredevil? Whatever. That's for another video. Back to this video. So yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, possibly Lex Luthor. Hopefully he's gonna be well done. Which is likely gonna happen. Maybe to introduce him for our generation. But honestly, I hope that's like a one-time thing, or hopefully we won't see him for a long while till maybe Superman 4 or 5, or however many Supermans we're gonna have in this franchise. And whatever. Maybe they shouldn't really bring him back to maybe Justice League movie, if that's ever gonna happen. And whatever. So yeah, this Jaquan Fox kind of does look like Lex Luthor. I mean, he's bald. That's the most significant thing, and whatever. I mean, though I think Bryan Cranston would have been better, but whatever. So yeah, tell your thoughts below on what you think about Joaquin Phoenix possibly being Lex Luthor. Do you like the idea that Lex Luthor is gonna come back as a villain? Do you want someone else to be a villain, like Doomsday or maybe Zorg again, or maybe another villain that I just can't remember at the moment because I'm terrible with Superman villains, honestly. Um, yeah, share your thoughts below. If you prefer someone else, you think someone else should be playing Lex Luthor or whatever. And yeah, if you're new around my channel, please subscribe. I do have other videos on superheroes and DC and comics overall. I do review movies. I do review TV shows. I do review comics, and I do review comic related or media related events that have happen in the news and all that good stuff. And sometimes a little bit in the world. Stuff that has happened in the world recently. And yeah, tell your friends, families, and neighbors about the possibility of Joaquin Phoenix possibly being Lex Luthor. Tell them about me. Also, I will be putting down a link below to where you could find to where you could find this. If you guys prefer reading it, and share this on Instagram, Vine, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, whatever you guys prefer. And that's it. This is Daniel Mart signing off.